why should you start using screenwriting as one of your class collaboration tools? Well, even if you don't know much about screenwriting, one of the great things about screenwriting and the type of writing that it is that it requires very concise phrasing and deliberate word choice, which is really nice and something that we sometimes don't get enough of. Page count matters in screenwriting. Screenwriters have to describe only what the audience sees and hears on the screen. So it has to be very well thought out, planned writing. It also allows for a human voice if you're writing dialogue. This is something that I find with my students because, of course, AI plagues so many of our papers these days. But when it comes to my screenwriting classes, I feel like the last salvation is the fact that there are egos present in writers, which is great. When I ask them to create something that is more character driven or that a character would say authentically, they don't seem to want to use AI, and they don't use AI. They want to actually think about it, maybe because of, again, the ego and the fact that writers usually think they have something to say. But it really helps to cut down on the AI usage because they're trying to make something sound very human. So let's talk about what you could possibly do in your classrooms. Perhaps you could ask your students to write a mini scene in which characters learn something that is on your particular topic. You could ask them to create dialogue where characters are arguing the merits of two different conflicting ideas. You could actually, even in a science class, ask someone to describe, much in the way that they do in a screenplay, exactly what someone sees and hears using that very deliberate language. And I have here on this slide a great repository of a lot of scripts. You will recognize these free script database where you could actually have students read screenplays and kind of get a feel for this writing. Obviously, this is by no means extensive, and I'm not teaching you anything about formatting or structure of screenplays, but if you're ever curious, I would love to tell you more. It is a really fun type of art form and type of writing medium that I think we could use in a lot of different ways. Thank you so much for listening.